pitched. Because, like, it's fancy.
Okay,
Hi,
we're live.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to a Bestie a book club's very first book club.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I'm gonna put Molly out because she's gonna get into things.
so we have some people on. So our book today this month was A London Villain by Catherine Wiltcher, and this is the coveted cover version. And so we want this to be your guys' book club as well. Jessica's so excited she had to leave.
I'm right here.
But we want this to feel like book club. And so we just want to hear your guys' opinions. If you have some questions you want to pose to the group, type that in and we'll just go through all of your things and have discussion and try and pop those up. But something else we were also kind of thinking about doing with book club was inviting some of you guys to join us on the live, so you could actually be like one of the little squares on there. Oh, my window's open and my kid's on his quad. Oh, is that too loud?
No, it's weird to me though because it's 9 o'clock here where I'm at. So you're talking about the kids being out there. Like, wait, what? But I also called my daughter this morning to wake her up for school, and she's like, "Mom, it is 5:40 in the morning," and I'm like, "Oops, sorry, miscalculation." Sorry.
So we would like to invite you guys, if you are interested, to join us on the live like this. Go ahead for next book club. Go ahead and send us an email, and we'll figure out how to do that. I think we can host up to 10, but that might be kind of crowded on the screen. So we could kind of decide how that would be. So if you'd like to join us and be one of us on the screen, feel free to message us about that. So we already have our first participant. Hi, Sherry. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thanks for joining us. So, and we have another one. So Mrs. Burns says, "Hey guys, I'm so happy you started the book club, even though I couldn't finish the book." Okay, so there might be spoilers, just an FYI, but we are so excited that you are here. And before we get off at the end, we are going to ask you guys for your input on what books you would like to read next time. Jessica and I are just going to double check like audio, and because we heard from quite a few of you that really want to have audio as a version as well. So we'll make sure that there's both. And then we are going to put up a poll and we'll vote, and that'll be our next book club one. So, we have more things. So Mrs. Burns says we can spoil away. And Brittany says, "Hi, I'm listening to the epilogue right now. I'm almost there."
We won't spoil the epilogue for you.
And hello. I wasn't sure I'd be able to make it. I haven't listened to the book yet, but don't mind the spoilers. Okay, well, welcome, Irene. And my apologies when I butcher people's names. I really feel bad.
I think you got Irene down. I think
hope
that's good.
So. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
So when we do our buddy reads, we start off by just saying like, how did you rate it and what did you think? So I was thinking that'd be a great way to start. And then if you guys have like questions, like book clubs do, sometimes they have like the really thought-provoking questions. So if you have any of those, feel free to pop them up and we will discuss away. So Jessica, you want to go first?
I'm looking mine up. You go first.
You're looking what up?
My rating.
Oh, okay. Ow, I felt like something just bit my ankle. I don't know what just happened. I think something did bite me. No, sorry. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know.
I was outside trimming or pruning my trees, and it felt like there was like a bug or something just bit me. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm visiting. I'm at my in-laws' house in South Carolina because you guys can tell I'm not home. But we are in Washington State. We don't really have big poisonous snakes or anything, and I'm paranoid about it down here. And my sister-in-law mentioned something about copperheads, and now I'm like, I'm not going in the garage anymore. Like, we were out in the garage putting things away, and she's something about like, oh, the copperheads are in here. I'm like, that's it. I'm in the house. I'm not going anywhere. I'm done. I'm here.
Okay, so Megan says, "Hello, ladies."
Megan.
And then hello. And then we're hearing, "Yes, the book was so good." And
So
then we have Brittany from Tampa, Florida joining us. So she's in the same time zone as
she's
you.
same zone. Yep, same time zone. Okay, so I just looked it up. I gave it 5 stars. I don't know if in my journal if I gave it 4 stars versus the 5, but yes, I still have a little cough. It's just sorry. But I really liked this one. I liked this one a lot more than the first one. But I liked this one quite a bit.
Okay, we just got to throw this comment up. Yes, Irene.
Yes,
Oh,
Irene.
we have a really good author friend, Karen Crompton, who lives in Australia, and she will send us random pictures of things that are,
Yes, Jurassic
yes.
Park. It is Jurassic Park down there. She also wants us to has talked to us about coming to visit, and I'm like, can you put all the snakes away first? That would be great. So, yeah.
Okay, we have another rating. So I rated it 4.5. I really liked it, but I felt like their relationship was glances and spice. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted them to have more relationship building. Thank you. I actually rated it a 4, and I kind of felt that a little bit as well. Like
Yeah.
the I felt, I mean, like again, this is the Coveted cover book, but it's not a super thick book.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like there could have been a few places where more info, like I wanted a little bit more to bring me into the story.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. Brittany gave it a 4, and she's from Columbus, Ohio. Brittany, are you going to go to Beyond the Read author event in June? It's in Columbus, Ohio. Jessica and I are very excited, and we heard about this bookstore down in the German district because Columbus, Ohio was in a magazine that said it's one of the top 25 places to visit this coming year in the US. Or no, in
I
the
used to
world.
go. I
It
used to
was in
go
the
to
world.
Ohio a lot for work. That's where we had our conventions and stuff. But like, uh, it wasn't where we were at. Wasn't that exciting? But if there is a bookstore, that sounds exciting.
Yes, Irene, we do want to visit Australia. We are hoping to go
Mm-hmm.
to one of the rare events.
Mm-hmm.
That's like on our list.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. You guys have so much to say. Oh, and then I think there we go. We need to get caught up on our comments.
I
Okay,
know.
so Megan rated it a 3.5. She had the same likes and problems with this one as she did the first. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so this is actually the second book.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't read the first book. Maybe I should have.
I read
What
them both.
am I missing anything
What do you
by
mean?
not
Oh,
having
the
read
first.
the first one?
No, I don't think so. I mean, this book set up the third book, which should have been in the series, but Catherine passed away before she could write the third book. So I was kind of sad that we missed that, but you know,
Mrs. Burns says it was very quick.
yeah.
Brittany gave it a 4 because she wanted more relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was insta love in the beginning. I actually like insta love if
Mm-hmm.
it's done right. But I think it's harder to have a 5-star insta love
Yeah.
story than it is with a 4, unless like it's one of those really tricky things, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Megan said there was literally no relationship building.
No, kind of
Yeah,
just jumps right into it.
it does.
A lot of Catherine's books do that. So I think that's just kind of her writing style, or was her
Hmm.
writing style. Because I read these two and I read her Santiago trilogy, which is what she's really known for. And I don't feel like there was a lot of relationship building in general.
So Brittany says, yes, I live right down the street from the Brer event. That's so exciting. I'm very excited then. You'll have
Mm-hmm.
to find us in Columbus, Ohio when we're there. I mean, oh my gosh. When we're there
At
for the
Bray.
event,
You'll have to find
come
us at
say
Bray.
hi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she says, yes, the book loft, you'll love it. Yes.
Okay.
We're very excited to go to that. My finger keeps scrolling too fast. LOL Columbus, and that's funny. I did love the mafia aspects. For me, that is what carried the book.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for a heroine who is with abuse. I'm sorry, I don't even know what it is. When she's in that type of situation and has to get out and stuff. I'm a sucker for that. So maybe that's why. I mean, I think I gave it 4.5 stars if I remember correctly. I rounded up on Goodreads, but
Mrs.
that does it for me.
Burns says, I am so sad I moved from there. I'm in San Diego now. I miss
Oh,
Columbus. And then we
who was
have, Was this Brittany from Tampa, Florida? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I think.
The
Sorry.
first book was about well, he was in this, he showed up in this book. What was his name? Oh my gosh, I cannot remember. I know he makes a cameo in this book. He is the hero of this book. It's his buddy that he hangs out with quite a bit. Is it Aiden? I can't remember. If you guys remember, put it in here in the comments. And I can't, my computer's dying, so I can't pull it up to look. But we do see the characters in this book that are from the first, but just little glimpses.
And since this is a book club, I hope everyone has, their beverages.
I have water.
If I was really fancy, I would have poured this in like a wine glass and been like,
I know, because my
club. I don't really like wine though.
You want to have, one of your, I have some Belgian beer here. And they're like, you want some beer? And I was like, no, I have a live show. That could be bad. So no, I'll drink it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, so audio was good, but very intense.
Did you listen to the audio?
I listened to the audio too because I wasn't going to crack this bad boy and like read it. It was hard enough just to read the letters in it.
Yeah.
Megan says Black Skies Riviera was the first book, Insta Love, but good. Mafia.
I can't remember who the hero was. It was not Viper. Viper was who the third book was going to be about, but Catherine passed away before she could write that book. So we'll unfortunately not get Viper's book. I kind of mentioned it to her husband, just kind of hoping he'd give me a little insight on whether she had actually started it or where she was in the writing. Oh yes, I see Megan has it down there. Aiden and Issa were the first books. But he didn't really elaborate on how far she'd gotten into Viper's book before she passed away.
Okay, so I did like that he waited for 14 years instead of sleeping with others while waiting. I have a comment about that, but I want to try and get through everybody else's first. It is tricky, but also maybe okay since she was kept captive. Yep. Okay, so despite the quick Insta, did you like the main characters? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's come back to that after we get caught up here. I only got 55% in, but it feels like more of a mafia book. Was it Viper? Yes, it was Viper. No. Aiden, or Viper's the third book, was going to be the third book. Yeah. And then Aiden, and is that Issa?
Issa, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm looking forward to listening to it. The narrators are new to me. I'm trying to remember who the narrators
are. I'll pull them up.
Word.
You keep talking, I'll pull them up.
Okay, so back to, I don't know that I was putting those up. I was just reading them. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so let's go back to Irene's question. Did you guys like the main characters? So for me, I did like the main characters, but I guess one thing I was a little hung up on, and I probably said this out loud a few times while I was listening to it, is I get he went to prison, but it didn't sound like he was there for 14 years. So why did it take him 14 years to get her out of this situation? And then once he has reconnected and is going to get her, they keep prolonging, like he's sneaking in, they're doing it, and then they keep prolonging and prolonging getting her out. And I'm like, I was getting a little frustrated with that. But then before I could get too like pissy about that, like all the big stuff starts to get revealed very quickly, where you're like, oh my God, okay, this is big spoilers, so plug your ears if you don't want to hear this part. But it's like, it turns out that the boy wasn't even her son. And then she thinks that he's died in childbirth. And then before we can even wrap our heads around all that, we're back to going into like the guy's niece, who he kept changing the story about how she was his niece, was actually their kid. And I'm like, wow, this is like a lot of information like flying at us at once. But it kept me from really getting pissy about him taking his sweet ass time and getting her out of there.
I love it. I don't remember. I mean, I remember that stuff from reading it, but it's been a while since I read it too. So, yeah.
Okay, so happy my favorite booktubers have started a book club. I hope the next book is more romance based, even if it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys will get to vote. We
Yeah,
just picked this because we thought it was fun to go along with Jessica's Coveted cover
with
book
the launch
launch,
of Coveted.
and then we want
Mhm.
you guys to be invested and help us pick
Yeah.
that.
Thank you,
So,
Mrs.
and thank
Burns.
you, Mrs. Burns.
That's
The
awesome.
wow, thank you.
I see somebody else commented who the audiobook narrators were.
Yeah,
All right, I don't
but
think you're
my
there yet.
phone is being difficult. It's really my fingers don't are like chunky, I guess, and they don't like to scroll in the very small space that StreamYard is giving me.
Yeah.
Maybe for this, I should try doing it on my computer and then everybody will see like this.
Oh yeah, that would be
And I'm
great.
having some serious hair thinning, and that will stress me out even more.
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking forward to listen. Okay, we already had that. Okay. Aaron Smith and Evelyn Rose are the
Yes.
narrators, which
Yeah,
I
that's
do
what I pulled
believe
up.
they were new to me as well,
I believe they were
but
new
I
to me as
liked
well.
them.
They might have done. I can't remember who did the first books. Um, they might have been. They might have done that too, but I don't know. Uh, Black Skies Rivera. You know what I found out from talking. I can't talk tonight because I'm obviously feeling nasty still. But what I found out from Catherine's husband when we were planning her books and stuff is that Black Skies Riviera and London Villain were both very close and near and dear to her heart. Black Skies Riviera, which is the first book, this was the second book, but it takes place in the French Riviera. And as Catherine grew up, that is where her family would vacation. And that is where she took her husband to all of her favorite places and stuff when she was, before she passed away. They'd vacation there quite a bit. And so these books really meant a lot to them. And they're actually her husband's favorite books, which is why we chose them. Um, but the books have a lot of sentimental value. So, you know.
Okay. One of us is having an internet connection issue. I don't know who it is.
Could be me because I'm not the best. I don't have the best internet here.
Megan says he waited for someone to die before he went back.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Why did he? I don't know.
Did you miss
I
it?
feel like if he, what?
Did you? I don't remember why he was waiting for someone to die. What did it address
I
it or
would,
no?
I knew, like, because he had to wait so that he, like, felt like, so he was free to go do what he wanted to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then my thought is I like, this is just me being nitpicky. I liked the book. I still gave it a 4. This is just me being
Yes.
really nitpicky. It's like why I don't like why choose. I like
Mm-hmm.
a hero who is like he will burn the world down. Like if he needs this guy to die before he can go do it, then he's going to go kill the guy and go after. Again, I like this in books, not in real life.
She feels the need to make that perfectly clear.
Okay. Okay. Did you guys listen to the audio when it was the mail? Did you guys feel something a little weird sometimes? Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about
Ooh, do tell.
because I feel like he had to go back and re-record certain lines because it
Oh,
would be in one tone and then all of a sudden it would come across like it would be like this all of a sudden and then it would go
yeah.
back to normal. And so I think, but there were quite a few spots where that happened, which sort of took me out of the story a few times, which I had forgotten about until you brought that up. And then it would go away
And I
and then it
don't
would happen
know.
again and I'd be like, again?
Yeah, I think Tor has always said they call those pickups where they have to go back and correct something. So I don't know.
Um, Oops. I couldn't believe he left her in that house with such terrible things happening to her every time he left. Yes, see?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a problem. Why?
I don't know. For drama,
I mean, yeah, you have to have the plot moving forward, but I think you also have to convince us that what he's doing is for the best.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've read any Mafia before, so some of the language was a little confusing for the names of the different Mafia guys, but I loved all the action and how fast paced it was. Yes, it was very fast paced. I enjoyed that
Yeah.
too.
And the
I
more,
could have though slowed down a little bit to build those
yeah,
relationships.
yeah, the more Mafia you read, the more you're going to pick up on that. Now it's kind of like second nature for us because we read so much Mafia, but yeah, you'll pick it up.
Well, and then also if you're reading Mafia, each Mafia will have a little different. I'm reading one right now that's Irish, but it's all clan based
Yeah.
instead of Mafia, but they're clans.
Yeah.
And so it's just slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning was great. I like the initial setup. Yeah, with like the books, and she's like, he's coming. And then it's like 14 years later, and I'm like, what the hell? 14 years to come get your woman?
They were also very young when the book started. Like they were in their late teens, if I remember right.
He couldn't go
Yes, they
back
would,
because they
Megan.
would kill him. Megan, he should not have allowed that to deter him.
A few bullet holes. Yeah, child's play. You're silly.
And they threatened to make her life worse if he didn't stay away.
Yeah.
Yes.
They already broke
She
her
was also
knees.
trying to protect the son
Yes.
that she thought she had.
Yeah.
Which, that was just all sorts of messed up.
Yeah.
It was the guy with the Z name that rescued him, but really just wanted him to be a babysitter for Aiden.
The guy with the Z name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm behind, so I don't know what the yes was for. I'm so sorry.
Probably agreeing to it.
Dubbed over portions.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the audio we were talking about. I noticed that about the male narrator too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I remember now that
much
you
and not
mention
keeping
it,
up.
like now that you mention it, I can remember that listening to it. And I listened to it this last summer. So
I think it was when the female narrator did the Italian accent too. I had a hard time following. And somebody said something funny. Sorry.
I remember
Keep it up.
I remember having to go back, like re-listen to certain parts because I was missing. I was listening to it really quickly too. And I was cooking dinner when I was doing it. I do remember that, but I do remember having to like hit the 30-second back button a couple of different times. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, there is like this weird obsession with ballerinas and the mafia
And
world.
dancers,
Brutal
yeah.
obsession, whispered scars, driving my obsession. Now this book, all
Mhm.
ballerinas, and I just got an ALC for a similar setup where she's a ballerina, and I was like, "This is like, is this the new hockey?"
Wasn't the one that
Like,
we had for our buddy read this month? Was it She Ballerina 2 or something?
I tried really hard to block that book out, so give me just a second to think. Yes, yes. The
Yes.
whole
Yeah.
premise was her being a ballerina, and then
Yeah.
his company takes on promoting the ballerina, not the ballerina, the ballet company, their big production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know how you can listen faster than 1.2 times the speed, like my brain cannot process. I have to listen at usually 3 times the speed. On this one, there were times where I slowed it down just a little bit because the accents do make me
Yeah.
have to slow down. But if I try and listen to anything less than 2.5, I've suddenly created my grocery list. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about how I really have to clean the barn. The goat hooves need to be trimmed. And oh, when was the last time I dusted my bookshelves? And oh, wait, what just happened?
Yeah. I'm also a really fast talker. And so like I've had to learn to
What?
I've had to learn to slow myself down. Especially,
Secrets
when I
are
do
being spilled.
when I do public speaking and stuff, I really have to concentrate to slow down. So I think that helps when I listen to it at a faster speed, because if I'm talking at that speed, I should be able to understand and comprehend at that speed as well. So, like I feel like I
Yeah, same.
physically
I
slow
can't
myself
listen too
down.
fast.
Yeah.
I was the same way when I first started though, and now I can do so much.
Yeah, you
I
can
like
work your
have
way
to
up.
listen to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can train yourself to go faster.
Yes, audio speed.
Yes.
And I think I am now all caught up on comments. So if I've missed somebody's, feel free to type it in again. The female narrator sounded so much like Keira Knightley. I really liked her. The male too, except those weird hiccups. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he could have been like, he's not a narrator that we recognize his name very quickly. I mean, I don't think I've listened to a lot of things that he's done. So it could have been that he was a newer narrator when he did this book and that he made a lot of mistakes, apparently. So who knows? Yeah. Are you spacing? Oh.
No, I was just thinking, and I didn't know if I should bring it up or not because it's not about this book.
Too
But
late now.
I'm listening to Quitting the Quarterback by Lisa Suzanne, which comes out next week, and Tor narrated it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm listening at 3 times the speed, there's a part where it's like a sex scene, and he has to do like a female voice. And when it's that fast, his female voice sounds so funny. Just made me
I'll have to
laugh.
listen to that. That's funny. Yeah.
So
Good
there
old.
are times where listening fast like kind of throws it off, but most
Yeah,
of the
for
time
sure.
it's not. Oh, we have our Valentine connection happening.
Oh,
So she's
I
asking
love
if
it.
she was for Valentine, and she's saying she was.
Yes, that's cute.
I know, I kind of thought about that after we did it. Like, if there was, I was like, maybe I should make a post where we can thank each other. But then I was like, that wasn't really something we talked about.
Mm-mm.
And like, maybe people don't want to do that. But I was like, I don't know. So
We'll figure it
I
out for
had the
next time.
luxury of knowing who mine was so I could like send a
Yeah.
thank you. But I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought about that after we did it, that could have been a fun thing to do. So she's just thanking her and saying that was so thoughtful.
It's cute. Yeah,
And
next
she
time we
still
might have
doesn't
to.
know who's her was.
Yeah. So next time we might have to do a post or something for people to
Yeah,
comment. But
we'll have to
we'll
think
work that
about
out.
that.
It was our first time. We're still learning. You know.
Okay. What other questions and discussion do you guys want to have about the book? I got started on my 21-day antibiotic today to clear all this
21
up
days.
finally.
Mine's
I know
only
that's what everyone
10,
says.
but it
I'm
makes my
like, it
tummy
must be
upset.
pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he did say after day 10, if I'm feeling like I'm better, it's completely cleared up, to
Mhm.
stop. But if it's not, he wants me to go the 21 days and come back.
Spiffy.
So she does love that they got payback.
Yeah. We always love to see that they got payback.
Yeah, 21 days is crazy. Yeah, I liked the payback in there. That was good.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed her writing style too.
I think losing Catherine at an early age, which is just, it's very sad. I mean, she was our age, so she would have been 45 this year. And I think losing her, like, she had such great potential with her writing, and she was only just getting started. And I think we lost someone who could have been an amazing author. She had so much potential. So,
I would say she is an amazing author.
She is an amazing author, yes. But I think like she had the potential to just grow and get better in her craft, as every author does. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for bringing the mood down, Jessica.
Sorry. I seriously cry about this. Yeah. Yeah.
There was a theme starting out about getting revenge was going to be more important than anything else, and that he may have to choose between love and revenge.
The first book was about getting revenge as well.
And she said, Mrs. Burns says that you've talked about her all the time and she didn't know how she missed that she'd passed.
Yeah, she passed a year ago in March. So it's coming up on the 1-year anniversary that she passed away. I think it was the very, very end of March. It was when she was 37, she was diagnosed with colon cancer. and then it spread. By the time she passed, it was in her brain. But she had two little girls, and I think the girls, if I'm not wrong, because Matt, her husband, told me, I think they're 10 and 12 this year. So she left behind two very young girls. So, but like working with him was, I mean, I want to say it was a joy, but I mean, because we were able to get to know Catherine through him, but he's a really great guy. So, yeah.
So, given that it was meant to be a trilogy, does it feel that the story is not finished?
No, I feel like their story was finished. We just there's at the epilogue sets up Viper's story, and so it feels like we were going to get a story about a different couple. And we do get the little nods to that towards the end of the book, and then you have the epilogue, but we'll just never get Viper's story. So their story was complete.
Yeah. So Megan says each story feels complete. I felt like this one felt complete.
Yes. Yeah.
Brittany says it didn't really seem like he had to choose between love and revenge at all. And I would kind of agree with that. Like he had to wait forever to go get her. Mm-hmm. And then once he could sneak in, he still waited way too long, in my opinion. But it didn't feel like he ever had this like, oh, like we've seen in some other mafia books.
Exactly.
That's so sad to hear. It's lovely that you were able to do the coveted cover as a memory of sorts. Yeah. Yes. Mrs. Burns says, I was more interested in Viper's story.
When we got to the end of the book and I was listening to it, and I knew that we had already asked for Catherine to be our very first author so that we could have this as a memorial to her. And I was trying to decide which books. And we got to the very end of that, and of the second book here, and I was like, whoa, where's Viper's story? Because I wanted a story too. And then I realized that there was no Viper story. So there was setup for it. She was posting about it, and then things took a turn. So, but yeah, I wanted it too.
Irene says, okay, I'm glad to hear it is complete for when I listen.
Yes. Yeah, it will be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would probably liken it to reading like a Neva Altai book or Cora Riley. Like you're in this interconnected world, but each story, I mean, for me, it felt very complete.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it was complete.
Yeah, Viper's story would have been a good story with his past and everything.
Yeah.
She says she didn't make it to the end. Oh, there we go. And did someone get Bambi into school? Did Bambi? I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Bambi's life. I listened to it last week. I should remember.
Bambi's life did get better. Things, just for those who haven't read the book, things get resolved for Bambi. But I don't remember that part.
I don't remember specifically them talking about school.
And I don't have my book with me because I didn't want to travel with it and chance it getting damaged. So I don't know.
Okay, so rest of book club. What are your thoughts on that? Did that get resolved?
Yeah, exactly.
And Irene says Neva Altai is so my jam. Yeah, I really like Neva Altai too.
Mm-hmm.
The last one didn't quite sit right with me. I'm probably all alone in that.
I haven't
the rest of them I really, really enjoyed. She was being homeschooled, I thought. Yeah, that's right. She wasn't she? Didn't they talk about her?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, I don't remember.
Hello. And Anne-Marie says, I wasn't able to get this one read in time, but I can't wait to participate next month. Yes, so we're going to do a vote here. We'll do a poll after you guys tell us which books you're wanting us to read next. So let's see. We have been going for like 34 minutes. How long do normal book clubs last? Like
within the hour.
An hour? Yeah. I guess probably though you also have like probably some socialization and like
Yeah,
get
and you're
yourself a
typically
glass
in
of
person.
wine or some soda and some snacks and
Cookies.
all that. So
Yeah.
yeah. Did you
Yeah.
bring the cookies, Jessica?
I did not bring the cookies. There should be birthday cake tomorrow, but no, I didn't do the cookies. So I got pizza out there. But yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
LOL. Does anybody else have any like topics they want to talk about? Ooh, this is my first book club. I usually avoid them because I'm a mood reader. Yeah,
Same.
I'm
I,
definitely a mood reader. There's
yeah.
times where we'll agree on our buddy read for the month with Amber and Jen, and I'll be super excited to read it. And then when we get to where I'm like down to the wire, and I'm like, oh, why do I have to read this?
Same. We'll even pick the books. Like we'll throw the book suggestions out there. And then when the time gets to like when we get to it, if I'm not in the mood, I'm like, I don't want to read this book. Whose bright idea was this? So yeah, I wouldn't do good with actual book reads or book
Irene
club.
says she would expect an hour without alcohol.
True. Especially if you have women talking about their likes in a room together. You can just keep going and going and going. So yes.
And this is her first book club, so she doesn't know how long they last.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my children are having the time of their lives.
It's okay.
She asked the hero if he is her dad. Then she made the comment about him making her go.
Mm. I don't remember that.
Mm. Do you guys give a trope or a prompt for us to suggest the next book besides having audio? So I actually thought about that. I'm like, maybe we should pick a trope for each month and then vote based on that. But then I thought, why don't we just see what people bring? And so if you
Mm-hmm.
guys want to be like, let's pick a trope for the month, we can definitely
Mm.
do that. Like, we want this to be your guys' book club. Like,
Yeah.
we
The thing
totally
with
want like,
choosing a trope, though, is it might prolong the decision because once you choose on a trope, the trope, so that we choose a trope, then you have to find books that fit the trope, and then we vote on that. So there's a lot of voting happening. So,
well, I mean, we could, if we wanted to do that, we could pick a book this for next, like we could throw out book options this for this month,
mm-hmm.
vote on that, and then we could vote for tropes that we want to see and then randomly assign them for the next month. And then we'd know going in like April is age
Yeah.
gap. Or we can just go with whatever. I mean, one of the reasons I thought, well, maybe don't do that because there might be like new releases coming that everybody's excited and wants to do
Mm-hmm.
for, book club, and it might not fit the trope. So I just didn't want to
Right.
think of things that would be too limiting, but I want this to be what everybody wants it to be.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like it's our book club. Like
Mm-hmm.
like everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Oh crap. I
Yeah, you missed a
talked
bunch.
too
I'm
long.
looking at them pop up, and they're actually really good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's hard having a deadline and I need to read it close to the book meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To be able to remember better. Yes. Because
Yes.
clearly my listening to it a week
Totally
ago
understand that.
impacted me a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that meme where they're like, it's actually a true thing where the guy, but they've turned it into like a funny meme, and he's like, and then he said something I will never forget in my entire life, and then he's like, and then he can't remember what it was.
That sounds like
That's
my
how I
every
feel
Tuesday.
sometimes
Yes. Mm-hmm.
about like my favorite books. Like there's some books that I just know that they're my favorite book, but please don't ask me too many details.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Are you thinking new release or backlist books? I'm thinking either.
Either. Mm-hmm.
Whatever,
Yeah. Well, we're just
as
saying as
Jessica would
long as
say,
it has,
tickles your fancy.
yes, as long as it has audio, just because we do have a few people that want to that want to participate that can only do audio. So that was our
I
only thing.
have Yeah, I've been really surprised, and I think is wonderful, like not disappointedly surprised, like pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
about how many people have reached out saying how they really appreciate that we talk about audiobooks too,
Mm-hmm.
and that they really appreciated when we talked about the book club starting that
Yeah.
we would make sure it had audio
Yeah.
because that's how they do a lot of their reading.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened upon the video right now, so I didn't read this book, but I'm so excited for next month. Yay!
Same. I mean, I read the book, but
As
yeah.
long as there is an audiobook, I do not mind which trope.
Yeah.
Age gap,
Oh.
April. Yes.
Hi, Lola. How did you get in here?
Oh, a trope wheel.
Yeah. Lola wants to say hi really quick, guys. So say hi
That
to
is
Lola.
a fantastic idea.
Say hi. Okay, now you need to go because everybody can hear you. Nope, not into that though.
Lola. Lola, come.
Lots of people are liking the trope wheel idea. That is something we could definitely do. We could create a trope wheel. Mrs. Burns says, all I remember is the car sex scene after the library. It fell so out of the blue.
Okay.
I love to reread books. Maybe one dedicated month we could be a throwback and a throwback read everyone votes on. Most chats spend about 10 minutes, then go off the rails for 50 minutes. I think that describes Jessica and I perfectly.
Uh-huh.
And when we are even having conversations, we
Always
do that.
Yep.
Spotify audiobooks would be good. People are liking the trope wheel idea. So cute. I think Lola is so cute.
Lola, yeah. Yeah.
So I think that my thing is like struggling my internet. I'm so sorry because like you completely cut out and then all of a sudden a dog was on your lap.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that it must be my internet.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Trope wheel. And now my cats are. My cat is wanting my attention. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she's like, wait. Jessica had a dog that I've never seen before up in the camera. It's my turn now.
Yeah, it was insta love to the car scene. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I can follow along with insta love, and I'm totally down for it. You just have to make sure you've got me along for the ride.
Yeah.
So we're hearing trope wheel. So do you guys do you want to throw out some tropes and I will put them in a wheel and we can trope wheel?
Do you want a trope wheel for March?
For March?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm down for that. I can do wheel of names.
And trope it out.
Okay. I might be sick at next book club.
That has to be a joke, right? Everybody knows how you despise Love Triangle. That's hilarious.
No, it's okay.
Okay, put it in the trope wheel.
I don't know. I gotta get my... Okay, so Love Triangle. And, we're going... Okay, trope wheel sounds good. I vote to add why choose Omegaverse, LOL. So, Mrs. Burns, are you being funny or am I really putting my
funny? I mean, you happily put those in there. Like I would.
Oh, okay. I will put it in there.
You know.
And then some of you are gonna rue the day when you suggested that. I'm kidding. That just whenever that always makes me laugh and think of Friends. I don't know if you guys watched Friends, but Jessica and I loved Friends. And there was the episode where Phoebe is considered very flighty and irresponsible. So Monica puts her in charge of bringing cups to the party. And she knows that it's kind of a backhanded like insult a little bit. And so she brings like all these cupped things. Like it's so funny. So like cups are like overtaking Monica's apartment. And she's like, you will ruin it.
Yes. Yep.
Anyway. Ooh, bodyguard. And why choose? And I was going to say
them on the screen.
No.
Okay.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's
I
okay.
need to, because I believe when we're on a live on YouTube, if you are tuning in live, you can see everyone's comments. But if you go back and watch it, you only see the comments that pop up. And
Okay.
so I know that there were some people who can't participate tonight who might want to come back and interact with
Add in.
this and the comments.
Yeah.
So I need to do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Haha. I was going to say love triangle too. Trope wheel. We have. Oh my gosh, you guys are like throwing these out fast. Age gap, mafia. We have age gap again. So I'm just going to put it one time. Or not when it's age gap.
Oh, you're funny.
Okay, age gap, mafia. Yes to the trope wheel. Age gap again. So I'm liking some of you a lot right now. Just I. Oh,
Is
that
it 9
reminds me
o'clock
of
at
the
your house too?
no, but
Oh.
sometimes. So I'm not very good at small talk. I get
Mm-mm.
awkward. And I was telling
Mhm.
Jessica that there was this guy in line behind me at Safeway. And we had been standing in line for quite some time to check out. And he had put like my groceries are on the belt and then his were right behind me. And my mother-in-law is like obsessed with tiramisu all of a sudden, and she's like, if you ever see tiramisu, I don't care how much it is, will you please buy it? Well, and this guy was buying a bunch of like individual serving desserts, and he had this like cup, and I couldn't tell if it was tiramisu or if it was a parfait. So I just asked him. And then this led to a conversation. And I told Jessica, I'm like, he had such a good male narrator audiobook voice that I almost told him he should be an audiobook narrator. And she's like, oh my God, you didn't do that. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I stopped myself and I said, Mandy, that is not a good idea to say that to a
No.
stranger behind you.
Mhm. To the
And
average
I'm like, this is
person,
why I can't do small talk.
yeah. To the average person who doesn't listen to audiobooks all the time, I don't know if they would take that as the compliment that it is meant to be. Megan, that
You
is
are
not
my
funny.
favorite.
That is not funny, Megan, at all.
Oh, Colleen Hoover's on here. And Mrs. Burns says she's serious. Why choose Alpha
Got it.
Omegaverse?
Perfect.
So I put it on there. It's on
Okay.
there. Stalker. And I was really just being funny when I said some of you guys are my favorite for picking age gap. Like, we love all of our subscribers.
Yeah.
Even those of you who want me to read Love Triangle or Why Choose.
Mm-hmm.
Alien Abduction.
No, I love you guys.
So we can really tell a lot of people tune in for your Rex.
I'm sure just as many tune in for yours.
Ooh, Rejected Mate. That's when you really
Love
like
Rejected.
Jessica.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to find a really good one though.
Amnesia.
We
Oh,
both love
yes.
Amnesia.
I love Amnesia, but that is a hard one. I feel like I've read the good ones and then I just have not been able to find another good one. Enemies to Lovers. An interviewed author as an option. Okay. I really like this idea, and I've thought about this before with our buddy reads. Not so much with book club, but what makes me a little nervous is if we did that, we would have to be like really respectful because it would feel awkward to be like, why did he wait 14 years? If the
Mm-hmm.
author is on. So
Yeah. A hard one.
that's definitely something we could do, but we just need to be careful because I would never want to say something. And I think it's really easy when we're critiquing books to say things that we would not feel are offensive, but could like really offend
Upset
the
the
author.
author. Yeah.
Daddy. Yes. Alien invasion. Is that different than alien abduction? Because this wheel is starting to get very lopsided.
I think alien can just be its own
So
category.
just do alien as a category. Okay, I'm gonna
Mhm.
change alien abduction to alien, and if you guys disagree, let us know in the comments. Age gap, mafia, why choose Omega first?
That one's probably a joke. There is an LOL at the end. It's all the good stuff.
Yes, for the daddy trope. I have that.
Okay.
Ooh, MC. Yes. Okay. Ooh, MC sounds good. MMA. Is that mixed martial arts?
Yeah.
Ooh, captor captive. Oh, Jessica, they're going so fast I can't keep up in our wheels. Our
Very
wheels
big.
got a lot on here. This is exciting. Main characters over 30. Ooh.
35. So mature heroines.
Paranormal. Is that different than Alien?
Yes.
That's right.
Alien is sci-fi.
Sorry. Cowboy. Ooh, I haven't read Cowboy in a while, actually. Arranged marriage. Anything Albany Walker. Is that an author?
Yep.
Um,
We could do a
Are we-
different wheel at some other time with authors.
oh, okay. Agreed to the author discussion. That would be so much fun. First responders. Ooh, okay. I was saying ooh to breeding, and then I realized it wasn't up there, so then I stopped talking. Sorry.
I saw breeding too.
Just making weird noises over here. My bad. Okay. Oh, Snowden. That's a good one too. I like the Snowden forced proximity. Lisa
I-
Renee Jones has an amnesia series. A series?
I
Ooh.
think there's one that she's really well known for, and I started reading it and I got bored. But that was me and my mood. I think at the time, I don't know that I'd gotten into any amnesia yet at that one.
I think it's called Denial, and then we have Road Trip. Okay.
Okay, that's different than what I read. Denial.
We have 29 entries.
Okay.
Yes, Megan, that is
Megan.
a lot of choices
All right.
for the poor wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
So
go
the
with
wheel
these.
is ready. All right, and we're at 51 minutes now. So question for all of you guys, and you can just do like a quick yes or no in the comments. Do we want to hold on to this wheel? And like, if you guys think of something, we can always add to it, but we'll just use the wheel every month. Is that kind of our thought?
I think so. Let's see what they say. Add in the widower.
Oh, okay. Now we're all going to have to really go do some homework to come up with ideas for book club.
Yeah.
I'm committed, whatever the wheel chooses. Okay.
Okay.
And then
They're getting the yeses.
Oops, I didn't put that up.
Okay.
We're getting lots of yeses. Sounds like a good wheel start.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay, let's see what the wheel chooses then, and then we
Okay.
can.
The wheel is pretty expressive as we use the trope it falls off.
Expansive.
Right? Oh, expansive. Oh,
So-
that's a good one. Do we want to do that? I can definitely, once we've done it. Yeah. You want me to take it off?
And then we
And
just
then-
keep using. We can add to it or
Yeah. Because
yeah.
the wheel of names like will stay on. Oh no.
Yep. You're plug in.
Yep, there was going to be some suspense happening tonight.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have some yeses. Okay, so can you guys I'll
Not
hold it
really.
closer. Okay, so I'm going to click to spin. We're spinning. I'm very nervous.
Same.
What is it going to pick?
Arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage. Okay. So,
Okay.
are we going to like create a post where you're going to give us the book club arranged marriage ideas, or because I don't know that I could come up with any off the top of my head.
Let's do
So-
a post and let's ask them for some recommendations that have audio
then-
for arranged marriage,
Mhm.
and then we'll choose off of. Then we'll run a poll and choose off.
We'll run a poll. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will, as soon as this is done, I'll go put up the post so it's there, and I'll put it on. I won't put it on Instagram. I'm just going to leave it here on YouTube under the community tab on our page, and then go ahead and put your books there, and we'll leave that open. I don't want to wait too long because we want to get going. So maybe Sunday we'll put up the poll, so that gives everybody tonight and tomorrow, or do we want to put the poll up on Monday?
No, let's do it Sunday,
Okay.
and then that way we can. get moving with choosing the date and what we're going to read, and so everybody will know.
Okay, and right now we have 24 people tuned in. So does this Friday vibe feel good for everybody? Let us know.
You're saying Sunday.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go back. Okay. Somebody says if we remove a trope, it limits the books, though, but that's fair.
Yeah,
And we
can
can
always
always go
just
back in and start
put them
putting
back
stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
But not Mafia. We just did that one. So I think you can pick either way with arranged marriage. If you want a Mafia one, or if you can think of a different way.
Yeah, because it's
Arranged
going to be
marriage.
hard to have arranged marriage that's not Mafia.
Yeah.
There are some.
I mean, we can respin, but we said we'd go with the wheel. So
Yep. So
yeah. Okay.
all
Somebody
right.
said cool. We have people who seem very excited about it. Ooh, disability. I will add that to the wheel right now, so it's there for next time. And then I'm going to take arranged marriage off because we do have 31 entries on here, so that'll leave us still with 30. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless it's Altai, she's awesome. LOL. It might be hard not to have Mafia, as a lot of arranged marriages are. Yes. And then, dang it, my finger slips too much on this. Sunday, which I think was in the voting on Sunday, and then we'll put up that. I think that's what it was from.
Yep.
True. Sounds great. Sunday. Yes. 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 This time works. Yes to Friday. Yes. Yes. Whatever day, evening is good. Yes. It's what's that say? Suits as Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Saturday afternoon on Australia. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Arranged by RK Lily. Ooh, we already have a idea here.
Yeah. You guys
Time
have to
can
put
be a
those.
factor for me here, but I can check and comment.
Yeah.
The Favor by Suzanne Wright is not Mafia. Okay, so we already got some.
Okay. So so
some
put those
things.
ones in when we do the poll. Put those in
Yeah.
so we don't lose those.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'll go throw a post up as soon as we end here. So give me just a few minutes and you can add your ideas there.
Yeah.
And then we'll close that on Sunday, put the poll up on Sunday. Well, we'll close it put the poll up on Sunday. And then close that Monday. So we can make an official announcement Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Let's give them 2 days and then we'll close it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Well, this was our first book club, and I think it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to join us and be one of the live speakers, let us know, and we'll figure out how to work it out. So a few of you can join us on the live if you want to. We can keep doing it this way. And yeah, I think this was really fun. I hope everybody else had fun too.
Yep. I see Mrs. Burns.
Yes. Great live, girls. Feel better, Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel fine. I just sound bad. So.
And then we have some fellow
We've got some Aussies
making connections there.
Love it. Okay, my bladder's about to make a connection too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready to say goodnight?
Yeah.
Or good afternoon, depending on where you're at.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, guys.
Okay.
Thanks so much for being here. This was an awesome start to book club. So I love it.
I hope everybody had fun.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay. We'll see you guys next time.